Hey everyone, the Jose32 back again. It's time for another deck review. I apologize for going on and on in my last video about 311 and those crappy playing cards and eBay. I just had a lot of stuff on my chest that I wanted to get off my chest. But anyways, this is a nice positive video. This is a deck I got on eBay not too long ago. I'd say a very hard to find deck from the 90s. I think I actually owned one of these back in the 90s. It seems familiar to me, but I don't know 100% for sure. But I saw it on eBay. Thought it looked pretty cool, so I picked it up. It was used. Surprisingly, when I opened it, it handled great. It fans nicely and everything, so I'll show you that in a minute. This is what it is. The Bicycle 808 playing cards. Front of the box looks like this. Pretty colorful. You got a gray circle here. You got some blues and some fluorescent greens. It says 808 here and here in the opposite direction, and then 808 numbers here. Playing cards on the bottom. You got your spades, diamonds, clubs, and hearts here. Alright, and on this side it says 808 playing cards. And you got again spades, diamonds, and I guess that's clubs and hearts right there. On the other side it says 808 playing cards, and again you do got the four suits right here, although it's hard to make out. You can sort of see it, I think. And there's a little bit of damage, a little bit of dirt, but it's not bad. And on the top it says 808, and then it says something size. I'll be willing to make a $1 million bet that this says poker size. So let me know if you want to make that bet, and I'll peel this off. But I don't think I have to do that. On the bottom it says from the maker of Bicycle brand playing cards, United States Playing Card Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. And some trademark stuff. And on the back you see what the Ace of Spades, one of the court cards, and one of the face cards looks like, and they're pretty cool, pretty interesting. There's also a barcode. There's information here that says something unsurpassed quality. This standard poker deck is suitable for all card games. Get together with your friends and play some cards tonight. And then at the bottom, visit our website at usplayingcard.com. And it says custom card faces and card backs designed by Carrie Kepner. Not really sure who she is. I did try to Google her or find her on Wikipedia and couldn't really find out anything about her, but it was worth a try anyways. You open it up, there is nothing on the flap, although the colors continue, as you can see, right onto the flap. Your yellows and your fluorescent greens or yellows, whatever they are, the blues and fluorescent colors. Inside the deck we have a card for Partnership Spades. Yeah, never really heard of it. I guess it must be from the 90s because there's no poker cards in it. No poker, there's nothing, for poker scoring guides or anything like that. Let's be with you in just a minute. The back designs are basically one way, as you can see. It's got the yellow and the blues. It's got some dots in here, whatever you would call those. There's a gray circle. You got your spades, diamonds, clubs, and hearts. Here we also got spades, diamonds, clubs, and hearts right here. And it says 808 in numbers here in the center, and then 808 and 808 in words, in writing. And kind of goes like this, I guess. This is the top, this is the bottom. It's pretty cool looking deck. Very 1990s, very fluorescent and bright colors, as you can see. One thing I did notice is if you spread out the cards like this, you can see some of the cards, some of the blues are darker than the others. Most of them are lighter colors, some of them are darker, as you can see, which is pretty odd. If you do the same thing this way though, you don't see that difference. They're all basically the same color. So it's kind of bizarre. But then again, I've seen that before in other bicycle decks. Mainly, the Tragic Royalty has like different shades of gray, and I think there's one other deck that I have that's similar. The Jokers look like this. Pretty plain, pretty basic. You got a Jester type hat in the blue and greens. You got the same colors in these squares in the corner. It says Joker in these two corners, and you got the colors in these two corners. And that says 808 in numbers and in writing. This logo on both top and bottom. One thing about the back design is I don't know why they put 808 this way and this way, because it's not a two-way back design, so it really makes no sense to do it both ways. I guess it's just part of the logo, but I think it would have been fine if they just had the number 808 and not written in 808 as well. Because how many times do we need to see 808, you know? But other than that, it's pretty cool. The Ace of Spades looks like this. You got lots of blue and yellow dots and designs. A spade pip is a fairly standard spade pip. It says 808. The O, the 0, has some yellow borders on it. And the Ace of Spades has pinks and purples and yellows and blues right around the borders of the spade pip itself. The indices are fairly standard, and then at the bottom it says United States Playing Card Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Pretty cool looking Ace of Spades in my opinion. Would probably be on my top 40 or 50 list of Ace of Spades that I have, I would have to say. The faces are of the number cards are fairly standard. The hearts and the diamonds are basically pink pips, which is definitely pretty cool and different. The court cards are sweet. Look at that. The court cards are full of color. They're so lively. They got greens and blues, pinks and purples, all sorts of fluorescent type colors. Very colorful, very interesting. They just pop, as Alan of Cards R Us would say, or Cards R Fun would say. Cards R Us. I had to come up with that. Anyways, they just pop. They're really cool looking. I like the pink pips. I like all the colors in them. They are basically standard court cards, except that they are very colorful. I can show you a few more. Very nice. Another thing that I've noticed, I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up. Some of these are a little bit blurry looking, it looks like. But one thing you may see about the pips is they got a black behind them. It almost looks three-dimensional. It almost looks like the pips are floating. They definitely got a three-dimensional look to them. You can see there's a black on there. Some shading in behind the pip, underneath it basically. So it looks like it's floating and it's casting a shadow down behind it. They're all like that. They're all pretty cool. Like I said, the hearts and diamonds are in basically pink. Some of these, like I said, they appear to be a little bit blurry almost, but I guess that's just how they are. But it's definitely very 90s with full of fluorescent colors. Handling and quality and stock, it looks like it's basically your standard bicycle air cushion finish. It doesn't say anything on the box, but it's definitely air cushion finish. Look at that. Marvelous. This is from the 1990s. It's been opened and it's in perfect condition almost. I love when you fan the cards out or spread the cards out, how you get multiple colors. It's definitely a good deck for fanning and probably for fluorescing, that type of thing. Again, fans nicely. Love the colors. Looks really nice. And actually, if you do it this way, watch this. Booyah. 3 colors. Basically, well, 2 colors. You get the blue stripe in the middle. You even get some dots in here if you can see them. Very cool. It handles really nicely. It looks great. It is a one-way back design, but I'll take it. I like them. And like I said, I think I actually had some of these back in the 90s. Although or at least I've seen them back in the 90s. I don't quite remember though. But they do look familiar. At least the back designs and the colors. But these decks are very hard to find. Like I said, rare. I found these on eBay, so you may be able to find more on there, but I've never seen them before, and I haven't seen them since, I don't think so. Good luck finding them. I'd say, you know, if you can find them in good condition like this, get them, especially if you're into card collecting like I am. They're a nice addition to your collection. They look nice, they're definitely unique and special. But, like I said, it will be hard to find them. But if you do see them, I'd say pick them up because they are different and rare and unique. Anyways, that being said, that's my review on these Bicycle 808 playing cards. That's so nice. I like the way they look when you fan them or spread them out. Anyway, that's my review. Perhaps some tricks coming. We'll see. If not, we'll see you next time. Don't forget, I will be reviewing the results of my contest on Sunday. I still have some stuff to look at. I haven't really been looking at videos too much. And I'm still waiting to hear back from my second judge, Schwarzenegger Magic. So, if you're watching this Schwarzenegger Magic, please get back to me with your results, your feedback on the contest, because it'd be very helpful. Thank you. And see you guys next time.